Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Assassin's Creed Syndicate running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now the game is currently running at 720p with the lowest graphical settings, and really this is the only way to get a playable level of performance out of here. More specifically because 1080p has some pretty brutal 1% lows. At least here the 1% lows are just in the low 40s, which means it's going to be perfectly fine considering we're not even hitting a 60 FPS average, though we are pretty close to it. Overall, what this means is that we're going to have a pretty consistent gaming experience, and luckily we can see there that the RAM usage is, while beneficial over having just 8 gigabytes, is not to the point where we start to eat up so much RAM that it becomes a problem. There's plenty of headroom left for the rest of the system. With that said though, pretty much 720p is the only way to really get a good frame rate here. You can go to 900p, but really the 1% lows start to hover close to 30, and at that point I really feel like the fluctuation is just not worth the resolution bump. But of course that is really just a matter of personal taste over anything else. But for sure 1080p is just completely out of the question. I would not even bother trying to play it at 1080p. It's pretty much just a slideshow. And I mean, just dropping down to 720p really just gets us a completely different experience. Overall, I really feel like the 16 gigabytes of RAM has really made a huge difference throughout most of the Assassin's Creed series. And it's good to see that it's pretty much made a lot of it just very playable, though you're not going to be getting any miracles. But it is one of those things where I just feel like 8 gigabytes of RAM should just be phased out, especially at this point. I feel like if you're in 2022, you really should just not be getting 8 gigabytes of RAM anymore. You should just be getting 16, 12 at the bare minimum. And I'm not a big fan of systems that have that 12 gigabyte configuration, because I hate that 4+8 config, because like it pretty much means that you're getting at least 4 gigabytes that aren't going to be running in dual channel, and that pretty much just puts you in a weird situation where you're kind of just sacrificing a lot just to get an even configuration. But it's all these system makers that pretty much just put that one piece of soldered RAM and then have the open slot. I really hate that type of configuration so much, and it just annoys me so much how it pretty much locks you from really being able to upgrade. You get that false sense of upgradability when really you don't have much of an upgrade path. But overall, this game performs really well on this chip. I'm really happy to see how well it does on here, and I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.